All right. Uh, what's good, everyone? It is currently 1:19 p.m. the day after I uploaded the Among Us video, so I decided to hit y'all with another daily upload video. Since I'm home alone and I can talk loud. So today I thought I'd do my top 10 Kanye songs. I came up with it in the shower. I just took a shower. My hair's still wet, and I'm gonna go eat lunch at 2. But yeah, I thought I'd do it real quick. This is like super quick. I literally thought of it in the shower. Oh, no, it's not top 10. I did 12. I guess I mean 10 with two honorable mentions, but 12 if you want to call it that. So let's just get into the list. So number 12, or I guess an honorable mention. First is I Wonder. It's a. I wanted to kind of like vary the my picks from the albums. Like I think there's only like two for each album at most. I think. So I Wonder's a good song. The sampling's really good. I mean, it's just got that graduation vibe. You either like it or you don't. Is graduation a top five album? I'm not going to get into that discussion today. I'll leave that for you. But I mean, if you don't consider collab albums, then sure, why not? All right, so I Wonder. Uh, and next we have Hold My Liquor. Now I actually kind of wanted Hold My Liquor to be higher up on this list, and unfortunately, this is the only track from Yeezus I can include. But Hold My Liquor is really, it's like fantastic. I almost feel ashamed for putting it as number 11. Like I really wanted it in my top 10. But just like everything on it, Kanye, his verse, even though how like weird it was still a pretty good verse. Chief Keef on that song, it was crazy what they did with his vocals. And the guitar solo moments were amazing as well. So it's just a fantastic track. Honorable mention or number 11, whatever one you want. All right, so next is Streetlights, and unfortunately, this is the only song from 808s I have on this list. And Streetlights, I mean, it's an amazing song. It's probably Kanye's most somber, emotional tracks in a way, sort of. Not really emotional, but it's definitely got that kind of vibe and feel to it. And I remember seeing this. Yeah, here's a picture in the Jesus is King film, in the IMAX theaters or whatever that like only 30 people went to. I remember seeing this scene. That was just like it was great, right? Streetlights, it's a very emotional song. Very nice hook. Great song. My favorite from 808s. All right, and then was that number 10? All right, so now we're at number 9. And number 9, this is kind of a biased pick, but I put 30 hours at number 9. Now, some of you may think 30 hours is. I mean, it goes on for a bit too long. His verses only covers like maybe two, three fifths of it. I'd say 2/3. But I mean, 30 hours. I think Kanye was kind of in his bag on this one. I mean, rhyming schemes and stuff in his verse, they weren't like mind blowing, but they were still really good. And his storytelling, especially on this track, was very well done. And it's just one of my personal favorite tracks. And I mean, I'm actually wearing a T-Lop strip right now. And just 30 hours. I love the sample and just the way it fit in with the track. I mean, it was too bad Andre 3000 didn't have an actual verse. He just had like two words he said over and over again, but it was a good track. Good track. All right, was that number 8? Right? 9? 9. 9. Okay, number 9, I think. Okay, so this is number 8, and of course, you have to include Ghost Town on this list. I mean, it's kind of a popular pick. From Ye, just an amazing track. Him and Kid Cudi, I feel like they really struck a chord on this track, especially because they're a duo. They've worked together on like every album since like 808s, I think, right? So obviously they're just a duo. Both of them coming together, especially on this album of Yay. The focus on Kanye is kind of like regrowth and rehabilitation in a way. Stuff like opioid addiction and all that. And Kid Cudi, of course he's going to be on the song. And Kids See Ghost. He, um, rehabilitation is no stranger to Kid Cudi. So uh, those all those elements and just creates a fantastic song. Party Next Door at that moment. Good, great song. All right, next is Diamonds from Sierra Leone. Uh, now, I mean, what more can I say? If you've listened to the song, you know why it's on this list. Amazing sample. I mean, late registration, the sampling and chopping of the beats on that album. I mean, that's why it's probably my personal favorite. But just, it's a fantastic song. Great bars, nice style, just really smooth, just flowing bars from both of them, especially Jay Z and Kanye. Like both of them, just great, and just in combination with the beat and just the sampling, the way it was used, and just it was great. It was just a fantastic track. What more can I say? All right, and next, just like the last pick, we have No More Parties in LA, which kind of has a similar vibe to what Diamonds had, which is just, you know, two, just two amazing rappers going at it. And of course, you know how Diamonds had Jay Z, No More Parties has Kendrick featured, and uh, what more can they ask? And on top of that, they also have Madlib producing this track, and like, come on, I mean, it's just gas to the fire. Amazing track, obviously, and I mean, you can argue what you want, but for the most part, it's kind of a fact that Kanye washed Kendrick on this track. I wouldn't say washed. It's not like Kendrick's verse was bad, but Kanye, like that verse is one of his best verses ever. There's like no argument to that. You know, my psychiatrist got kids that I inspired for song. They played for me was about to friend that just died. Texting the driver down Mulholland Drive. I swear I better take the 4 or 5. I'll be worried about my daughter. I'll be worried about kids. But a saint, this baby Yay, I ain't worried about him. Like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. This song just goes so fucking hard. All right, next, classic. We're in the top 5, and this is number 5. Devil in a New Dress. Just what more can I say? Just like the other songs, uh, fantastic instrumental. Like one of the best, probably the best instrumental from My Beautiful. Especially with that guitar solo. You know, the first verse from Kanye can seem a little sluggish. That's like the only kind of complaint I have about this song is that his verse was a little slow. But Rick Ross, if you put a gun to my head and ask me what's the best verse I've ever heard in a rap song, or best guest verse, I'd probably say Rick Ross from Devil in a New Dress. Just, oh man, that like his verse was so great. Like, just the bars flowing and the instrumental going hand in hand. That one moment and like near the end of the song where like the guitar solo hits his peak and he like finishes his verse. It's just amazing. It's just no doubt about that. This is definitely one of his best songs. Coming from My Beautiful, especially too. All right, number 4, we have Roses. Let's find a better picture. Roses from Late Registration. Now, to me, this is Kanye's most emotional track, I think. And if I had to add another track, I mean, some people could say "Hey Mama" is probably the best track from Late Registration. I could see why, but I didn't want like my bias or any sort of bias to overinflate the list. I kind of wanted to spread it around. "Hey Mama" probably would have been on here too if I didn't want to like spread out and include other albums. But Roses, I just think was like a great emotional track. It was about his grandma in the hospital. The bars aren't the greatest, but they're still pretty good. Just emotional, and I think one line that stuck out to me the most was what was it? With her family, we're hoses. So instead of bringing, so where we know where home is. Instead of bringing flowers, we the roses. And I smile when roses come to see me, and I can't wait to. Dude, it's just a sunny day. Like it's just a great track, honestly. And of course the soul production chopping of Light Registration just goes really well with it. This is kind of a biased pick, but Roses on number 4. And y'all could probably already see the rest of the list, but it doesn't matter anymore. So number 3, I put Last Call in here. Personally, I think Last Call is one of my favorite track from College Dropout. Even though it's like 12 minutes long, I think, or something, right? But just I think Last Call encapsulates everything that College Dropout means today. Like Kanye's his starts his journey. I mean, let's just the first part of the song, like the actual song, like part of it. Great beat, amazing bars. Mayonnaise colored Benz, I push miracle whips. Uh, and then like the last part of the song was like a monologue about basically how he got signed, and it was just like listen. I listen to the entire song when this comes on, because I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice by not listening to that last monologue, because it's just a reminder. How he got like plugged from the deal, and then I love the last line he says in the whole song. It's like, you still think we can get that deal with Rockefeller? And it's just, yeah. Last call number 3, and then number 2, I have Runaway. Now a lot of people will probably put this as a number 1. I'll probably say why I didn't later, but I mean this song, of course it's amazing. It's fantastic. It's incredible. One of Kanye's, if not his most iconic song in terms of like fitting in with himself. Um, just fit the whole theme of My Beautiful, about him just kind of realizing that like a not even like a realization, just like a self pronouncement of his just like feat of where he is and where just what he is, you know. Uh, just saying it out loud in case you didn't know what it was already. And amazing song, great verse from Kanye, great featured verse from Pusha T. And I mean, I personally, I never skipped it. Like the last bit of the song where he's like humming or whatever, I think it's great too. This whole song is fantastic, and obviously it's no doubt one of his best songs, without a doubt. All right, and number one, would have guessed it. I have Through the Wire. Um, Through the Wire, I think uh, I would put it over Runaway just because to me, Through the Wire obviously just it's a symbolization of Kanye's start, you know, obviously. And just you could say Runaway is like his peak, right? You could say that's like his magnum opus if you want to, or his you know his proclamation. Through the Wire is like his birth in a way. Just that impact and that change in hip hop and just his introduction is like and everything surrounding the song too, like the car accident, the fact that his jaw was wired shut and he was rapping and over this great soul beat. Um, just, it really just put Kanye out there and kind of was like, you know, here you go, right? And like, and this is I think this is the same year that like 50 Cent dropped was it Get Rich or Die Trying? So uh, you'd be lying if you said that these albums didn't kind of like shape the way of hip hop and stuff, or at least just for the like the rest of the decade or a decade and a half or whatever. Just Through the Wire, fantastic song. What more can I say, right? It's I think it's the most Kanye song ever. That was Kanye. At least like old Kanye, you know. Maybe not new Kanye. Especially not with like this Trump or whatever, 2020. But yeah, that's my list. I just made it real quick. I don't even know how long this video is. I'm gonna upload it right now, just before I get lunch. I'm gonna go get lunch. All right. Follow, subscribe, dislike. Just tell me your thoughts in the comments. Tell me why am I stupid? Why my list is wrong, and why like Runaway should be number one or something. I don't know. Go ahead.